Hey, Jubo.
Hey, Jubo.
How's it going this morning? Oh, not too bad. Coming into my BearKnuckle Brawler Challenge world, doing some cleanup work. Basically going to use this world to continue the other challenges. So this dwarf is in it for the long haul. So we're going to get him based up here. As well as we can with the gear that we've got. And I figured I'd be here to answer any questions about the guild and the challenges. Blue really seems to be rolling through them. For the new challenge, I don't think they are in the Discord right now, so let me check that for a second. Hang on one second. I made the post the other day, and then somebody pointed out an editing mistake. So I went back and tried to edit it, and then it got flagged for spam. So let me try and post it again. I don't know why it's being flagged as spam, but hey, let me post it that time. Alright, so now the rules are in there. Morning, Nathan. How are you? Oh, I'm doing good. So, Jubo, if you're going to try that today, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask them, because I don't want you to do everything for nothing based on a misunderstanding. I suppose the first thing I should do is put up some walls out here just in case. At least temporary ones. This is a campaign, Nathan. I released the new BearKnuckle Brawlers challenge. Well, I tried to release it last night, but I guess I just officially released it just now. So you may have seen Strider testing it, or me testing it, or me talking about it. But the point is to clear an area and score points based on the number of enemies you defeat. So you can do, there's some nuances if you want to check the Discord challenge channel and read the rules. That'll be a quicker, easier explanation than me talking about it, but basically you start in the aftermath with a naked dwarf, nothing but an empty scouts pack. You have to make it to this room that we're in right now, which is the room outside, the last room before the Elven Quarter. You have to clear the whole map, every tile on the map, but once you step foot into this tile, the challenge is over. You can defeat the monsters that are in this tile. You can't wait for more to spawn, and then the challenge ends. So you can backtrack when you need to, but if you backtrack too much, you'll get called for farming, and farming is not allowed. So it's kind of a nuance, but well, you start as a naked dwarf, but you still go through the tutorial as normal, and you can craft your simple pickaxe, and you can use anything in the world that you find, including evening ale. Like I made myself a repair hammer, things like that. You kind of want to play it as a fast-paced, normal campaign, and you're just not going to take the time to craft any weapons or armor. Well, not yet anyways. You see now I have an axe. That's because right now this dwarf isn't in challenge mode, he's in base repair mode. The challenge for Westgate is over, and eventually I'll be moving on to the challenge for the Elven Quarter. And at some point in time I am going to allow, in one of the challenges coming up, I will be allowing armor, but still no weapons. So it's good to repair the statues and get those armor recipes so you don't ever find yourself having to backtrack for anything. So snack rats do not count towards your point score, Jubo. That is correct. As far as the meals go, you can cook meals all you want up until you sleep. Once you sleep, you can't cook any more meals during the challenge. So you have to sleep sometime during first light or dawn of day 2. So right before you go to sleep, you can put on your last 2 meal portions, and then you go to sleep, and then immediately upon waking, which should be at lunchtime, you eat your 2 meals. You eat your 2 portions. No, if you happen to fight wolf, so to make this clear, you're not allowed to leave. Let me just run back there.
We got orcs.
We got orcs. So you're not allowed to leave those first 2 tiles. You can... The tile where Ori's outpost is, and the tile where Ori's Muznikan is. You're confined to there until you sleep. Once you sleep, you can move on to wherever. I don't understand which walls you're talking about, Jubo. Okay, so this being the first tile. Everything from, so you can go back to the aftermath if you want, but you start in the aftermath. You can come do everything here. So while I'm waiting for that morning of day 2 time frame, I can come into this tile. So you cannot go past, can't go past this doorway. And you cannot go past this doorway over here until you've slept. So I mined that coal. I don't know if you watched the stream yesterday, Jubo, but I mined that coal and I mined the iron ore. So having the ability to use anything that you find in the world, meaning you can eat any rations that you find in the world, you can use any box that you find in the world, which I've come to learn that the power of Bach doesn't do anything for you. But the Swift of Bach, if you're trying to run away from something, you can use. So with that in mind, you'll want to craft those iron ingots and craft the key and open Balin's chest and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and rest while I'm here. Oh, but I'm not, because I don't have any more mushrooms. I really just have just enough mushrooms to make that mushroom stew. How I mine. Oh yeah, so I've been doing that mining the way I mine between areas when I mine a dirt plug out. I've been mining like that since I started playing this game. No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. Part of the flow of today was making sure people understand the challenge. So, but So you'll want to craft the ingots and the key and whatever you need to open balance chest. You'll want to look for all the loot chests. You'll want to open Ori's Muznikan, not because you need the crafting plans right away or anything like that, but because there's other stuff in there. Like, I think sometimes there's iron ingots in there, and sometimes there's lumbus, or no, there's cram in there is what there is. So, which don't I need? I don't need these power box, that's for sure. So, Jubo, did you say you were using the same seed that Strider was using? Which is the same seed that I used for, that I'm in right now, the same seed that I used for the challenge. So, I mean, it's a big advantage to be able to watch that playthrough, or watch any of Strider's playthroughs that he did on that same seed. And see where the locations of all the loot chests and stuff like that are. And it's worth noting that there are, I think, 4 pubs that have the evening ale keg on them. So there's 2 or 3 right there in the first 2 tiles, which is pretty cool. And then there's 1 at the last room where I'm building my base. I also do things like this. Like, I certainly could have thrown another quick platform down here. I certainly could have thrown another quick platform down here and closed this gap so I didn't have to jump it. But one time when I was doing a test challenge, I was over here fighting these wolves that spawn over here. And those 2 were there, and I drug them up here away from the badger hogs and was fighting them. And then 2 more wolves spawned in on me. And I had 4 wolves, and then all of a sudden 4 goblins spawned in on me. And that was the end of Brawler Axebeard. But if I would have left a gap here on this bridge that I built, I could have jumped across it and probably ran away from those guys because they wouldn't have been able to get to me. Yeah, well, wait till you watch the live stream from the other day of me doing the challenge. You think 4 wolves and 4 goblins was crazy? You should see the last goblin encounter on that challenge. My body count for that challenge that I live streamed the other day was 56. But yeah, I was saying, I'm mined like this since the beginning of the game. I've opened these plugs up like this since the beginning of the game. Usually, I climb all the way to the top and I mine from the top down and leave a barrier height there. That way, if I'm running from something, I jump over it and get away from them. And then I can regroup and do whatever I need to do to go back to the fight. Oh, something else I learned yesterday after the challenge was over and I was starting to tidy up around here. There was a loot chest right here, and one of the looks like an ornate chest, but it's just got random loot in it. I put a bunch of stuff in it, and then went to start building stuff, and I'm like, oh, I should start repairing stuff. I needed to put up the repair smithy. I'm like, oh, I need to put down a hearth, so I put down the hearth, or I tried to put down the hearth, and I didn't have any coal on me, so I got the coal out of my pack, or out of the chest, and built the hearth, and then I tried to build the repair smithy, and it wouldn't let me. So those loot chests, you can't pull from those loot chests the way that you pull from your own chest, or a pallet, or your backpack, which is interesting. It was interesting to me anyways. I'm going to put the effort into repairing this place because I plan on being here for a while. I haven't decided where I'll make my second base at, but by the time I get down to the mines and unlock mapstone capability, I'm not going to have a problem traveling back here for whatever reason. And the evening ale will be a big help for challenges and whatnot. That stamina back. Oh, I just got a message that Jubo is playing Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria. You doing the new challenge, or you going after that Drake? So I don't know if a lot of people notice this when they're repairing these old buildings, but you can see these columns, the crown and the base of the columns peeking out in the corners. You can target those and repair those. And it's probably a really good idea to do it. So I'll repair this wall first. So you see everything around here is repaired now. I can just target that base right there, and it's green again. And it was at like 20-some% integrity or less. So, not that a monster is likely to get in here and target that column, but you might accidentally hit it with something. I'm excited to see how people think of this challenge. I think it's a really good one. It's long, and there's going to be a little bit of a barrier to entry because some people aren't going to have the capability to or the desire to record a video that might end up being an hour long and then upload it and all that. But I'm okay with that. And it definitely is going to take some dedication. Like, you got to really want it to even think about attempting it. But I hope it's clear to everybody that this is going to be a continuing string of challenges. So, that keep this world and don't mess it up by bringing in other equipment and messing up the future challenges and stuff like that. The challenge, just like all the other challenges, is going to be open-ended. You can do it whenever you want to. It's not going to, there's no deadline. But I probably will release the next challenge in a couple weeks, definitely within a month. Depending on how testing goes for it, I guess. I mean, Strider's already been testing it pretty good. I should probably put a meal table down. Get that dinner buff so my repair hammer does better work. I don't know exactly how that buff works, but I know it helps with repairing. Productive. A simple dinner increases restoration strength and reduces energy costs for a short time. It definitely boosts your hammer power. And back to the snack rats not counting thing, Jubo. The only things that count are things that will fight back, that will damage you in return. So in Westgate, that is badger hogs, wolves, and bats and goblins. And before you sleep, You can get badger hogs in those first 2 tiles that you're allowed to be in, and you can get wolves. So if you fight badger hogs or wolves, those count towards your total no matter when you fight them. On a very rare occasion, you'll get a goblin to attack you in there before day 2, up to day 2, but it's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to have a 2-day grace period. They're not supposed to attack until sometime after the night of day 2. Usually you get your first siege, and that's your first goblin attack, which is on the morning of day 3 when you wake up. Their productive buff didn't last very long. Of course, it's night, so I should probably throw a bedroll down and go to sleep.
I hate this. I hear some.
Right. And if you wanted to, you could wake up after that sleep and deconstruct your hearth and not worry about the siege. So, I mean, because the siege can be a little bit overwhelming. I think last siege was 4 goblins, and then they called some bats. So, that's another thing. Like, the bear is the cave bear challenge is everybody's got to fight the bear. It's the same challenge, same fight. This everybody's fight is different. So, originally I was going to say that there has to be um, that there was going to be a winner. Like we were going to compare point totals, then only one person was going to get the reward title. I added sucked accidentally. I mean, you can make all the meals you want, I guess, but would sucked accidentally go eat one halfway through the challenge. Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to keep track of the leaderboard, I mean, I want people when they post to post their body count too. I should have noted that, but um, I can always ask people to edit their post to reflect their body count. But yes, if guild members want to make it a kind of an internal challenge amongst each other just for bragging rights or whatever, that'd be great. I mean, that's totally in the spirit of the guild, right? Morning, Alaskan. Another thing you'll see in the live stream that I did, Jubo, is there's during that siege, I actually go into my base and then kind of regroup and then turn around and I open the door and I let one goblin in at a time to fight them. So I'm not brawling all four of them at the same time. I've seen some short sieges lately, but they're not all short, at least not in my experience. And the sieges are less of a deal for the challenge than patrols and random spawns. Actually, a siege, if not handled properly, you're probably into your challenge. If you panic during a siege, you're gonna be you're probably gonna be done for. You saw it go green. There it is. Ah, come on. Couldn't have happened before I ran all the way upstairs. No, Alaskan, the challenge is to start in the aftermath with a naked dwarf and work your way through Westgate to basically clear Westgate of enemies. You don't have to kill every enemy in Westgate, but you have to open every tile on the map. I've considered siege challenges, but that idea quickly turned into horde challenges. Specifically, Great Forge hordes. So go in, repair Narvi's forge, bare knuckle brawl the horde that shows up. Well, I think that's repaired enough for now. Let's clean up a little bit more. This is where it gets tricky. Don't want to destroy my evening ale keg. And that's how we get rid of the busted pot rack. I like to leave the wood pile there, just because I assume it's a wood-fired stove. I suppose it could be coal-fired. Alright, let's get some torches. Ooh, what was that? Why is that being weird? Let's get away from the building, boys. Hey, Piccolo. I'm just cleaning up my new base in my BearKnuckle Brawler Challenge world and making myself available to answer any questions about the new BearKnuckle Brawler Challenge. I do like them when they sink in like that. Throw up some temporary torches so I can see to make my fireplace. So the full details of the challenge are on the Discord, the Return to Moria Discord. Under the Doom section, there's a thread in the challenge channel called Axebeard's BearKnuckle Brawlers of Doom. And I just posted the rules for the new series of challenges and this specific challenge. But you start with a what I like to refer to as a naked dwarf. And then, so you go in, you start a fresh seed, any seed number that you want to use, with a new dwarf. You don't get to bring anything but an empty scouts pack. I guess it doesn't have to be a new dwarf, but nothing but an empty scouts pack. You can use anything that you find in the world, a box, rations. If you find a keg of evening ale on the counter, you can drink evening ale. And you only get to sleep one time. That time to sleep is between dawn and either first light or dawn of the second morning. And then you can consume cooked meals up to that point. But before you sleep on dawn of the second morning, you put down your last two cooked portions and eat them immediately upon waking. And then the idea is to uncover each tile of the map in Westgate until and bare-knuckle brawl any enemies you find there. You get 1 point per enemy as long as it's an enemy that fights back. So snack rats don't count, badger hogs do, wolves do, goblins do, and bats do. Again, you can use any rations. You can eat raw food after you've slept. You can eat rations after you've slept, but you can't bring anything into the world. It all has to be stuff you found in the world. And again, no weapons, no armor. And then when you enter the last tile in Westgate, which is this one that I'm at here,
We got orcs.
Once you enter this, you can kill anything that's spawned in here already, but you're not allowed to hang out and wait for more spawns to happen. That's when the challenge ends. And you don't have to kill the spawns that are here when you enter this room. If you enter this room and you're almost dead and you're running from something else, once you're in this room, you can end the challenge if you want to. We're going to put down our breakfast. Drink our evening ale. And then the reward for completing the challenge is you earn the title of Warden of Westgate. You get a Dimrill Spear enchanted with the Hunter's Rune. And in my BearKnuckle Brawlers world, which I'm going to put on a dedicated server soon, you'll get a place. You get a plaque with your name on it on the honor wall in Westgate. I really wish that there were more that I could do for rewards, but it's not really about the rewards. I guess it's more about the fun and the challenge of it. Bragging rights. See, Alaskan shows up and she starts talking about sieges. And I don't even get to sleep.
That's all you got?
How about leave my door alone? So much for a short siege. What was that, like 10 goblins? I mean, I know some of them ran away, but... It does have to be videoed. It doesn't have to be live streamed. Just got to be videoed. I mean, if you want to live stream it, you can. And if you got any questions after you read the rules on the Discord, feel free to ping me or send me a DM. I'll clarify anything you have questions on. Those pings and DMs don't bother me at all. I'd rather somebody DM me and ask a bunch of questions than do the challenge and then have me tell them, sorry, that didn't count because you didn't read the rules right. We'll put those blocks back, but I don't think we want to bring the fireplace out as far as all that. I do believe I am in the hard setting. I better double check that. Nope, I'm on normal. Which, now that I think about that, I better go check that Discord post and make sure that I put that in the post. Yeah, difficulty level normal for this challenge. And actually, while I'm cleaning up here, there's no reason that we can't put this on low. The dog is at the door. I'm gonna go let her in quick. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I mean, those goblins didn't hang out for very long during that siege, but there was no shortage of them. I don't have the wooden crossbeam yet. Not used to not having every piece available to build. There's our simple fireplace. you are not allowed to die. You have to kill a minimum of 5. I believe I put that in the rules. Let me double check here. Oh no, it didn't put the full. Alright, let me fix that quick. Okay, there we go. I added this Westgate specific challenge. So, qualifying challenger will score a minimum of 5 points. Points exchanged for a respawn do not count toward your qualification score. Points exchanged for respawn refers to the point of if your dwarf dies, as a one-time chance, you may exchange 5 earned points for 1 revive. Exchange points must already be on your tally. So if you've only killed 3 wolves and you die, you don't have 5 points, so you can't revive at that point in time. You have to start over. But if you've killed 5 wolves and then you get jumped by 4 orcs and the 4 orcs kill you, then you can spend your 5 points, your 5 wolf points, to revive from where you're at and keep going. Sorry, I had to take a phone call there. Yeah, Alaskan, if you watched my live stream from the other day, we're doing the challenge. I pause frequently to adjust my tally marks. I had a little note sitting next to my keyboard. My tally was 56 at the end of the challenge. What do we have for furnishings? Just the DLC stuff. That's unfortunate. Oh, that's not where I wanted that to go. Never getting that one out. It's alright, it could be worse. And we're not using those ugly floors. Gotta keep these bats out. It's a tough one. So, if you notice, if you look at all the lists of the challenges from Season 1, you'll see Bear hard, Troll hard, Drake normal, Fell Beast hard. I can't believe nobody's ever commented on the fact that that's the progression. But they were well tested, and there's a reason for that progression, that's for sure. You were just thankful. Nobody told you you had to do it. You volunteered for this job. But if you don't do it, Jubo, who will? Timing is the biggest thing. So hopefully later today I'm going to get the video edited, but um, one of our members, one of the people that's on the members list is Battlehammer, and he's my friend, like, he lives just down the road from me. And he did the challenge before, and then I realized when I was editing his video that the bear must not have respawned or regenerated his hit points. And then, sorry, hit my mic. So the challenge didn't count, right? So finally I got him to do it again last night. And he was doing this, like, he doesn't record videos or anything like that, so I went into the world with him. He sent me a screenshot of his dwarf to show that he didn't have any other equipment or any buffs or anything like that. And then so I was standing on a platform that I had built up above the bear nest, and he's fighting the bear, and he keeps on jumping up on top of the bear nest and then jumping off the bear nest on top of the bear to punch it, which seemed like a good idea, but it wasn't working out. Like, I don't know if he was just disoriented, or if because of the animation, the dodge button wasn't working when he was ready for it to work. And he kept on, every time he jumped off there, he'd hit the bear a couple times and then he'd take a hit. So I told him, I said, everybody that I see that has success does this in 3 to 4 minutes, and they just get right up in that bear's business and just punch, punch, punch until they see his attack start to trigger, and then they roll. Just got to get in his face and keep punching and time his attacks for your dodge roll. If you go and look at Blue's challenge with the Drake, That's exactly what he does. He just gets in that Drake's face, gets right up in its business, and just punch, punch, punch. Time the attack to roll. It seems counterintuitive. It seems like you want to keep your distance and rush in when you have the opportunity, but just stay in there and get after it.
Ever wonder what sunlight feels like?
You got to scream Leroy Johnson. Don't need those things there anymore. Don't need this here anymore. Three hits to get to the center of Jubo. Yes, Piccolo, that was a Leroy Jenkins reference, but uh, I believe the story goes that the first time Jubo used it, she messed it up and said Leroy Johnson. So now for Jubo, it's Leroy Johnson.
I hate this.
Oh, I'm out of cranberries. What? And out of mushrooms? No, that's not right. I know what the problem is. Yep, my chest is outside the hearth range. Watch how talented my dwarf is. He can climb and not spill his ale. You can even do somersaults.
Sing hey for the bath at close of day that washes the weary mud away. A loon is he that will not sing. Oh, water hot is a noble thing. Oh, sweet is the sound of falling rain and the brook that leaps from hill to
Will that fit in the filter? Jubo Johnson.
water hot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Smokes and
6.
steams. I love that song.
I don't think it'll fit in the filter.
What sunlight feels like?
Jubojohnson. Oh, maybe it will. Yeah, just. You should absolutely do that, Jubo. Oh, come on. Jubo Jenkins does sound a little bit better, but Jubo Johnson is pretty funny. Alright, let's get some storage going. Oh, I forgot to eat my breakfast. Is that going to be your new Brawler dwarf? I mean, it would make sense. It would be fitting. I'm just remembering this is the same building in the same location that me and my son have our base in. Not that it matters, I think he's done playing, but it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Moria is not the game for him. Makes me sad, but it is what it is. Gotta roll with it. Maybe I can find a different game that he'll want to play and stream. Him and his brother like to play that Marvel Rivals game, but I'm not a fan of that one. It's a bit fast-paced for an old one-handed man. I ask my daughter from time to time if she wants to play, but she's always a big maybe, which I think is just her way of kindly telling me no. So, do you see how many bat droppings I have? For only having cleared one round of Westgate? 40 bat droppings. That means 40 of my 56 kills in the challenge were bats. I mean, I guess it's possible that one bat dropped more than one dropping, but not likely. Yeah, Alaskan, that's the same with my son, my 16-year-old. Started playing D&D with him when he was like 5, and as soon as well, it lasted a good couple years, but about the time he was 10, he started asking if he could bring friends over to play with me, which was fine, we did that. And then about the time he was 12, it was no more dad, just him and his buddies. Which is fine. I definitely want my kids to be their own people, so. I don't know. Is that a multiplayer game? I've heard of it before, but I've never looked into it. He does like Star Wars. He's really into that Arcane show on Netflix. He watches that with me, which is based on the League of Legends video game. But that community is just, like, that gaming community is just so toxic. Hey, Sprouts. All right, I won't do it again. Okay. Feel like we should do a food run. I feel like we already messed up your Discord name. So we will of course let you choose how you are referred to. Let's carry our stone. wood. I'm gonna save on the box. We will take a repair smithy just in case though. Which means we need a hearth. Actually, we probably should set up our forge is what we should do. We'll do a food run first. Gonna have to fix that when I come back too. We're going to work on that forge and then sleep before we run all the way back to the cranberry room. Peppers, I got the new challenge to post in the BearKnuckle Brawlers challenge page. if you're interested. Perfect. Your secret's safe with me. How am I out of stone? That doesn't seem right. I thought I grabbed it all from the chest, but maybe I didn't. But that still doesn't make sense, because I should be able to pull from that chest. Okay, looks like we're out of stone. So we'll throw our food on. And then we'll go get our ale.
Oh, water cold we may pour at need down a thirsty throat and be glad indeed. But better is beer if drink we lack in water hot. Pour down the back. Oh, water is fair that leaps on high in a fountain white beneath the sky. But never did fountain sound so sweet as water hot. Splashed with my feet.
Uppers, the prep that I'm doing is, this is the world that I did the new BearKnuckle Brawler challenge in the other day, and I'm going to build up the space to continue to use it for new challenges, which is what I would recommend anybody that intends to do all the challenges do. doesn't there. It can be there though. Sleepy time. You know, I posted about Blue's Drake fight and Fell Beast fight, and I even threw some jokes in there, and I don't think anybody picked up on them. I guess they're too much dad jokes. Or I guess one of them you'd have to watch your guys' fellowship stream to. So I've got like 5 people watching. If I could get everybody to go to the Discord and look at that challenge, and just read through it, and just even if you don't intend on doing it, just let me know if it sounds clear, if everybody understands it. You know what? I'm not playing this game. As long as he's not using it during the challenge, we're going to jump worlds quick. So bear with me one moment. I'll still be here, but I'm going to throw up a different screen. So Strider just sent me a message asking me if it was okay, if it was allowed in the challenge to call in, to get orcs to call in bats. And that's a reference to the end. I ran into my base to avoid a goblin patrol, and they started calling in bats. I didn't do that to... I didn't do that to get them to call in bats. I did it because I didn't want to die. So, if I thought for some reason that that was the reason you were doing it, was to pad your numbers, to beef your numbers up, then that would be a hard no. I would not allow you to do that. So, but in the situation that I was in, which many people are going to find themselves in that situation, my choice was either die or run and hide in my base. And running and hiding in my base is what caused the bats to spawn in. So that's perfectly reasonable. Ouch. A siege of Shadowworks? You got a hearth up? I mean, you're allowed to have a hearth up, but get rid of that hearth and you ain't got to worry about a siege of Shadowworks. Standing torches work without a hearth. Yeah, just delete the hearth. Oh, you mean from the top down? Or just leaving the barrier? Leaving the barrier is a good idea in case you gotta run from something. Yeah. Some people think I'm crazy for doing that, but I've done it since I started playing the game. It was just, I don't know. It was obvious to me. But, I was watching one of Miriak Fermax's videos one time on a playthrough, and he ran from a warg. It was a 2-star demon warg, and his armor was gone, and he was just trying to get enough space to set up a repair smithy. And every dirt plug that he had been through, he mined out completely, because that's just the type of player he is. But he, I think he ran halfway across the map, and that warg followed him. He ran across, like, he went from, I think it was Sandbox, but basically the equivalent of running from, like, Dwaro Delph to the Bridge of Khazad-dûm. And that warg chased him the whole way and then finally killed him. Well, with 1/4 of a brain cell, if it sounds clear, then I think we're probably good. Not that I believe you have 1/4 of a brain cell, but... That's too high. Yeah, that's generally what I do. Uppers go back and clear them when I'm done with that area or when I'm close to finishing the game. Why am I starving? Did I forget to eat my food again? see what... Oh, eggs went into a different pack, so I guess we're not going to see what happens when we eat a raw egg. I'm sorry, Laskin, I feel like I missed part of that comment. Oh, gotcha. Got that nest over there.
lands and grass beneath the sun. His wells shall flow in fountains and rivers golden run. The streams shall run in gladness, the lakes shall shine and burn. All sorrow fail and sadness at the mountain king's return.
Pretty sure I got all the recipes in Westgate, but yep, I did. If you're going to work on this challenge, Jubo, feel free to stream your progress. Not that you need permission, that's just my way of asking you to. Wrong pick. Okay, so there's an evening ale building here, right next to Ori's Muznikan. There's an evening ale building here, right across from Ori's camp. And there's an evening ale building here, in the corner by the waterway. We had 6 cranberry patches in the cranberry house room. And 5 cranberry patches here at Ori's.
We got away. Whatever it was.
We got orcs! La calma you!
I mean, it really is just an all-around good seed. At least for the Westgate area. Obviously, we have no idea what the rest of it's going to look like, but... Alright, back to the base. I'm going to throw up the walls around that forge real quick. And, then we're going to call it a day there. I got a flat tire on my van. I got to go out and change that. Probably shouldn't pass up all these mushrooms, though. And I shall suffer no snack rat to live. I should go back the other way just in case I missed anything in that room. Oh, so much for saving that barrier. Not a big deal though. Yeah, I did not eat my food last time.
Your wife, she may be fine, may give kisses sweet as wine. My lover's got a beard as bright as brass. Yours may smith 1,000 blades, while mine brushes, oils, and braids. My lover's got a beard as bright as brass. My lover, my lover, I can see her cross the dimmest, darkest pass, like some summoned being of light, ever there to guide me right. My lover's got a beard as bright as brass.
I love that song!
Oh, wasted my cranberries. Should have figured that out before I made them, but here's what it is. Not too worried about the buff because I'm going to be right here. Four is probably too many. Built near a hearth, they say. Never fails. Every stream turns into a building stream on some level.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
There's a deer out here. Let's go see if we can get some hide. Oh, it just despawned. Hide scratched from these wolves will have to do. There's something I like to do with torches that I haven't done in a while. That's way in there. Dang it. It's just not gonna let me do it here, is it? There we go. I wonder if it'll let me sink that one in. Nice. Ooh, too far back. It lives there now. Nope, there we go. Yeah, it's sticking a little further than I wanted it to, but I'd rather have it the right height, so that'll be fine. You can kind of see that one too. Not gonna let me do it. feel like I'm forgetting something. Okay. I think we're ready to survive the storm. When I get enough gold coins. So the idea behind setting up this base, the layout for this base, come up here, dump all my stuff, go to sleep after I sing my song out, of course. Then wake up in the morning, come down here, have to go past the meal table so I don't forget to eat my food. Come down here, and we will put, when we have enough, we'll have put Memorial Flame statue here with a gold pile around the base of it. Once the gold pile gets too big, we'll find a different place to move it, but that way I run past all that stuff to get out, and I don't forget to do any of it. Of course, this base is going to get revamped like 20 times, but and I think that's it for today, guys. If anybody has any questions about the new BearKnuckle Brawler challenge, you can ping me in the challenge channel on the Discord, the official Return to Moria Discord, or you can DM me on Discord. I don't accept unsolicited friend requests, but you don't have to friend request me to send a DM. I check my message requests pretty frequently, so Alright, you guys have a good night or a good day, and maybe we'll see you tomorrow.